vida le va bien.
Yo, yo, yo.
You can't always say yo.
Yo, I ask you one thing. Do you remember me?
Well, we just finished our last workout for 2024. It was a little bit of a grind. I got my 60 kilos in. I got 1.5 because I was a bots guy. I went for my second one because I felt strong. And my foot was on the towel and my foot slipped out. That was unfortunate.
It's a pretty big lift though. For a girl.
That's a little bit offensive. No, it is. It is. I'm happy with it. I just wanted to hit my 60 again to see out the year. Make sure I still had it in me, and we'll continue to build on that for next year. My max is 65, 1 rep at 65. You didn't end up trying for your 4 plates?
No.
Your 180?
No, I wasn't feeling it. Didn't feel my spotter's energy.
You did your program last year with
Good.
your first big one, your first 16-weeker.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
And you did amazing.
It's crazy.
That. You really were dialed in.
Yeah. If you're looking to try and start your journey, I would highly recommend a reputable online coach, or probably online coach. Personal trainers are too expensive, but just having some kind of plan and structure.
And accountability.
Keeping you accountable, yeah. So I've just signed up with BPT. It's a 16-week program which I started 2 weeks ago. It's coming into
right before Christmas.
Went right into Christmas, and then we got New Zealand in a couple of weeks, which is super exciting. But it was that accountability piece. I think if I didn't have a plan in place, it would have just blown out and just thought, oh well, I'm starting my new plan in the new year. So,
and I think that's helped keep me more accountable too. I certainly haven't been dialed in, but
She's a snack monster.
That is actually the exact opposite. You are Taylor Swift. You are the problem. No, but it has helped. I certainly haven't shied away from any rumbles or Biscoff cheesecake.
Yeah.
But it's been good because it means I haven't blown out either.
We haven't, gone crazy.
Yeah.
Even with drinks, like just conscious of anything you eat or drink, coffees, alcohol.
Yeah. We've made a lot of changes. I mean, a long time ago, I guess, but still we made a lot of changes in that space. Once upon a time we were drinking lattes and having multiple lattes a day, which admittedly was like skim milk, but it's still 120, 140 calories per drink, and we're having 3 a day or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
which is how we got, and this is being super vulnerable, this is how we got here. So
you'll have to figure out how to edit that in.
Crazy. It's pretty confronting. I can only speak for myself, but as a male, it's not really something you sort of talk about, how you feel about yourself and physically, and then that struggle that not only ladies but men go through it too, I'm sure.
It's less commonly spoken about though, right?
Yeah.
With dudes.
But it's not even the aesthetics. Yeah, there's a part of that, but it's more so the byproduct that comes from your training and being mindful of what you're eating. I love that part. It's like a reflection of your mental state or your mindset.
I've done a few training programs, but I haven't actually dialed in on my diet. So that's my goal for 2025 physically, to dial in on diet and go through I want to reduce body fat and visceral fat and all the things that are good for you for long-term health, physically.
Yeah, good personal trainer, right? Professional that.
Yeah, if anyone actually knows of anybody, professional, please.
We do this thing at the gym where she'll do a lift and then I'm just got my headphones on, I'll be like.
It's actually so annoying. He likes to think that he's a PT. He likes other people to think that he's a PT.
But anyway, so 2025, these dudes that compete in bodybuilding and like get on stage, those dudes are just like laser focused, right? And I want to take that same mentality into everything I do.
You're good like that too. Like you're always like committed. Once you put your mind to something, you'll see it through. That was really obvious through that 16 weeks you did at the end of last year, and the results you got. And we would go to the shops with the kids on a Thursday night, and we'll be like, let's get a feed while we're here. And this guy would whip out his chicken and rice from his little cooler pack.
I'm looking forward to like chasing something that
Big goal.
that's achievable, but just to get on stage and put myself out there, that's pretty crazy.
He just wants to get a fake tan and have a good reason to do it.
I feel like I'm going to look like this guy. Yeah.
So cool.
What about you?
Well, I just touched before on, like, I want to dial in on my food. Like, that's really where it comes to. I want to reduce body fat and have that visceral health. So that's the physical goal. But mine is also like mental health too. I like have this inner mean girl energy that's like just been really sort of rife.
Common?
Oh yeah, I think so. I think so. Just like so critical and but particularly just around that physical kind of element. So I really want to work on shaking that for 2025. That's undoing roughly 40 years of negative habits. But one of my
40.
my girlfriends, just turned.
Damn.
Just fresh out of 30s. One of my girlfriends who I was talking to about it was just saying, sharing some things that have worked for her. And like I've read about that kind of stuff online where it's about positive communication with yourself and, positive messaging when you look in the mirror. And I was like, you know what? I've read about this. I'm going to do that. And then I started trying to do it when I'd look in the mirror and I just would forget. I just forget to do it. But what I realized after I walked away and I realized, oh shit, I didn't say something positive, was actually that without even realizing it, I just said something negative to myself. So that was a pretty confronting realization, just seeing how not very nice to myself I was. So I want to change that for sure. It's important to change that. So I bought some mirror stickers to remind me to say something positive to myself and to change the inner mean girl. Okay, so mirror stickers I was talking about look like this. So the first one, you look amazing. Cute. But some days my brain's a little bit dumb and we need a bit more tough love. So shut up, you look good. That one's my favorite. So that's a big focus for me. Like that's just as important for me, that physical, that's just as important as the physical goal is getting my mental health right about that too. I want to set a good example.
What's the hardest part of trying to pull yourself out of that? Like if you could pinpoint, like...
I don't know, mate. It's been 40 years.
Damn!
Haven't fixed it yet. Just everything. I'm not sure. I think it's just remembering. Like it's trying to undo 40 years of bad habits. I think in society, women particularly, and I'm sure men have their own confrontations, but women are heavily criticized. Like society look at women and there's this ideal of what you should look like and just how you should look. So we're all striving to be something that we aren't. And are you ever truly happy? Like, I don't know. That's what I want to get to, where it's like I'm happy regardless of how I look. I think that's important.
What's your plans for tonight? What's your plans for New Year's, my guy?
Where are you taking me? I know where you're not taking me. To the beach.
Ciao.
So, he definitely didn't take me to the beach. But we did get dressed up and headed out for a couple of quiet drinks and some dinner. We went off to Distillery Road Markets in Beenleigh. For our Brizzy locals, it's a lovely local brewery spot that's comparable to Eat Street Markets, but it has a number of different bars there too. It was the ideal location for New Year's, really. Cute spot, nice vibe, good food, and most importantly for New Year's, close to home. How's your New Year's going?
Mate. Morning! Happy New Year!
Oh yeah, it is too.
Happy New Year, my guys.
Happy New Year. It has been a slow start for us. It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
2 o'clock. And we didn't even go out or drink or party last night.
Oh,
Crazy.
we did try to go out.
Well, I tried to take my wife out for dinner, at least, just to get out. Like, we weren't really super keen to like go and party, and
No.
I figured, you know what? I'm gonna take my wife out. We're gonna get dressed and we're gonna go out and have some dinner.
So that we were really excited, and I was I had planned out my meal. I was having some delicious smoked meat, and the chicken tenders are like the buffalo chicken tenders are next level. And we're just gonna have a couple of drinks and have dinner and be home before midnight. And rocked up, closed.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Missed opportunity, team.
Fail.
Yeah, crazy.
I failed last year, so technically, like, let's leave the past in the past. So we ended up at Hog's Breath, which is another restaurant here in Brizzy. It's like a steakhouse. We had steak, steak
We
meal.
did. It was a bit mid. It wasn't what
Yeah,
I'd
it was
hoped to be.
It was an overpowering flavour of disappointment.
I was just bummed that we couldn't go to Distillery Road.
My guy here ended up wanting to go and party, and but yeah, no, we ended up having dinner, and then
What saved the day? Nando's
we just
chicken
had
ribs.
we just had dinner, and then my guy looks across the piazza and's like, "Oh, I'm gonna grab some Nando's before they're closed." So we went and got Nando's chicken.
Damn, little lady. You sure can't put it away.
They're just tiny little ribs,
Yeah, they are
but they're delicious, and we don't have a lot of Nando's around.
super
so
hot, awful.
Have another one of mine?
No way.
Yeah, do you want some water?
Oh, yeah, I'm getting some water.
They don't make them like they used to. It's okay, mate. Did you get your Did you get your water? No.
Awful.
Yeah.
Yummy, but awful. Burn your lips off.
God, it's not that bad.
Pretty
They
much.
tingle a little bit, but
Yeah.
if you're tough, you know you can handle it. So lucky, I've got us, mate. I've got us. It's okay.
Yeah, we're pretty much in reverse, me and this guy.
I'm the tough one. He's got the muscles, but I'm the tough
she's
one.
the rapper. I love my power ballads and
Boy bands.
boy bands. Yeah, she's more Blackstreet and I'm more Backstreet. So that's pretty much who we are.
Good one. That's very true.
Mm.
Very accurate. I hope Zarafas is open.
Bruh.
Oh, we'll die. That will be next level disappointment.
7-Eleven coffee.
Oh, mate, not off to a cracking start if they are also
Surely
closed.
they would be open. This is my guy's life right now.
Hi, welcome to Zarafas. Please place your order when you're ready.
Hi, can I please have a tall almond milk latte with an extra half shot?
Tall almond milk latte. What was that last bit, sorry?
With an extra half shot?
With an extra half shot.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry. What size was it again, sorry?
A tall?
Yeah, sorry.
You're right. Can I also get a grande iced almond milk latte? Just in that iced almond latte, can I get the sugar-free caramel as well, please?
Sugar-free caramel, sure
Yeah.
can. And was there anything else with this order today?
That's all, thank you.
All good. So I have the single and a... Okay, so I just have the latte tall with almond milk and the extra half shot with the triple shot iced latte grande with almond milk with sugar-free caramel.
You got it.
All good. That one's just $15.50. Drive on down when you're ready. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow.
This guy's Zarafa's order is every Zarafa's worker's nightmare.
I do.
Pretty sure they dread seeing you, mate. My guy? New year, new you?
Nah,
Yeah,
I'm not about new year, new me. But I do love, I wouldn't say setting resolutions. I don't, like, I love setting goals.
Mm.
And I love the reflection at the end of the year as well. But I've seen a lot of stuff going around on socials where it talks about like setting specific goals in like different areas. And I think we just naturally like set ourselves goals at the start of the year without actually like structuring them. But that was an interesting concept. I was like, maybe we could do that and actually write it down. I love the idea of a vision board. Why are you laughing?
No.
You don't want to do a vision board?
No, I just thought, like, you said vision board and then I don't know why, but my mind just went to the Ouija board or whatever. What's it called?
A Ouija board.
Ouija board?
Yeah.
And just for confirmation, my guy here is the brains trust in the marriage, so...
Going to spend money. New Year, same me. We're going shopping, baby.
So Mel's back to work tomorrow. What do you actually do for work, mate?
It's actually not that cool to other people, but can I say my employer?
You're not asking. Yeah, you're trying to flex. Federal government.
I'm trying to flex.
Whenever I ask her, I was like, oh, so you work for the government? She always shops. Yeah, no, federal. Federal, not state. Oh, okay. See?
When I tell people I work for the government and they say, oh, state? I say, no, federal.
And then you're like...
I don't just randomly drop, I work for the federal government. I don't say that.
It's almost like a lead into like, oh, shit, she must be like federal police or FBI or...
Police.
No, she works in HR. I was like, oh. Cool story, bro.
I love my job. I am a director of a HR contact centre for... it's a number of government departments. We have a shared service that we provide, so multiple different government agencies.
Right across Queensland, right?
No, Australia.
Okay.
Federal, please.
This guy.
You just love having a go, don't you?
Cool. How long have you been doing that for?
I have been in that particular team, actually it's been 7 years now, so it's time for me to go. But I started there, I've done a couple of different roles before I landed the captain's chair, the director gig.
You sound like you're pretty high up.
I am. That feels really dicky to say. But yes, I am.
Own it, mate. Embrace it. Yes, I am.
I'm an executive, yes.
Any hookups for the Cuzzy bros moving from New Zealand? Some jobs?
Got to be an Australian citizen to work federal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they get their citizenship,
So I can't apply for a job.
No, you couldn't.
We couldn't work together anyway.
You wouldn't want me to be your boss.
Nah.
At work as
I know.
well.
I know. What
I love my job. It's crazy. And I mentioned for those who have seen my New Year's reflection post on Facey, I mentioned my little existential crisis towards the end of this year, where I just kind of had this, I had some time off work, and during that time in planning to return to work, I just had this overwhelming sense of, what the hell am I doing? What am I doing in every sense? Everything was up for review. And I think my work-life balance was so skewed, like there was no balance, that it sent me into this kind of, this spiral about what I was doing. Do I even belong in corporate? What should I really be doing with my life? Where do I belong? What's my calling? Do I want to be stressing about sending emails? It was pretty wild, but I'm really grateful for it, because once I returned back to work, everyone was sort of saying, you'll be fine once you get back to work. Like, things will go back to normal. But that was what terrified me, was that it would go back to normal. I didn't want it to go back to the same old thing. So I went back and just changed up my whole routine, my whole approach to work. It's good. It's exactly what I needed. So I'm super grateful for it. And I've realized that I'm doing what I'm good at. Could I be doing something else? Potentially. But this job for me...
YouTuber, she reckons.
clearly not cut out for YouTube. But this job gives me the flexibility that I need. And I love being a leader. I think as much as sometimes I think I'm ready for a break from leadership, I love working with people. I love building capability. I love mentoring. I love I love talking. My team grow and go on to do other things. It's definitely my jam. So
You are a great leader. I feel like I work with Mel in government as well, federal, because I know. I've even got some of Mel's colleagues on speed dial every now and then. My mates in government check in on me, welfare checks, which is pretty funny. But you are a great leader, great people person in relationships and marriages. There's dinner table talk, right? So we both work in leadership, so it's an interesting insight into some of the stuff I might be going through.
How about your journey as a leader, like into leadership? Can you think back to, like, imagine what 20-year-old you would think of being in, like, the role that you're in now?
20-year-old
running
me,
the state,
20-year-old
leading
me
the
would have been
team.
like, how did that guy get there? Like, in awe.
Yeah,
But I don't see myself as
I know. We talk about
anyone
that.
special.
Whenever we, like, go out and we talk to people, they're like, what do you do? V's like, oh, I work in sales. I'm like, tell them what you do.
I was working as a secondment, so a
the
temporary
last
6 month
6 months.
temporary role
Yeah.
in the state role. But it's funny that 100% do that, and Mel smacks me between the eyes every single time. The funniest is when somebody asks me, what do you do for work? I was like, oh, right, I'll work for
Deliveries.
Asahi, or I work for Schweppes. It's like, oh yeah, you're on the road doing deliveries. But I've got that so many times. There's probably a handful of instances where I've walked into a venue, like a business, and the customer's kind of like, oh, deliveries are on the back. So it's like a bit of a running joke now, which I think is quite funny, but I think some people take offense to it. I'm not precious like that, sorry. But I guess that leads into that whole cultural thing that's instilled into us when we're growing up, about being humble, being respectful, which is good, but I think it just needs to be a balance.
Well, you can be humble, but also be proud of your achievements and proud of what you do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want you to be proud. I think you've come so far.
And there's a lot of us that are like that, because we're all raised the same. That's why we connect and think it's funny with all these TikToks and stories, because we know exactly what they're talking about. Like when there's a funny video that comes out of an experience, a lot of us have gone through the same experiences, which is hilarious. But yeah, I'm definitely more inclined to sort of embrace that more, and I think a lot of us are starting to realize that it's not something that's bad, it's just something that's you know, it's just like our parents raising us the only way they knew how, because that's how their parents raised them.
But I think there's like good parts to that too, right? Like,
yeah, 100.
we want our kids to like be humble as well.
Yeah.
It's a fine balance. It's really
Yeah.
tricky. You want them to be able to stand up for themselves and be proud and take up space. Like,
because have you met TK's mum? Every now and then I just, like, I don't give him much, but I think it's just from that place of just, you know, trying to instill that humility and respect. And his mum, Mel, has done, you know, an awesome job at instilling that in him. But I think together we both drive it in a different way, got a different way of delivering that message. And I know that he sees me in a different light. So like he knows that I'm not his dad, but like it's like I give him a different perspective as a different kind of father figure.
yeah.
And his mum is like super cocky sometimes. So
She sounds like a legend.
mate, she is a legend, but every now and then just have to take that legend badge off her and say, mate, legend, you've been demoted to legend status 2, tier 2 legend.
Shit.
I'll throw a spanner in the works with the, you weak gutted dog, mate.
Don't say that. I hate that.
But it's like a joke, but it's like, if I heard TK say it on the field to another kid, I'd be like, oi.
But then when
it's like,
he says it as a joke, you laugh.
Yeah.
Mate.
Yeah.
Terrible mate.
Yeah. But anyway, good chat. Okay.
Let's go spend money.
All right. Bye.